Welcome to the special series of Offshore 101 with my guest, Stephen Atchula. And Stephen will join me in just a moment. This week we're going to focus very much on operating in difficult times. We're going to have a look at how people are reacting to it, what you should be doing to prepare your business now. Stephen Atchula, back with me in just a moment. Outsourcing will dramatically improve your productivity and profitability. Shore Agents have created a staffing solution to provide great staff who can perform duties in property management, sales, marketing and administration, and at a fraction of the cost, giving you and the team more time to spend on the dollar productive tasks. With rising costs and slowing revenue, the focus must be on value for money. Check it out, shoreagents.com. Welcome back. My guest this week is Stephen Atchula from Shore Agents, and we use, of course, Shore Agents. So we have a team with Stephen in the Philippines. Stephen, welcome to the show. Thanks for your time.
Hi, Kev.
Stephen, let's talk about what you're hearing from people, how they're reacting to this, because I know you're dealing with a lot of forward-thinking business people. What are they saying?
Well, it's interesting, ones that were going to come on, current clients and how they're handling this situation and the changes that they're having to make. Being real estate agents and real estate business owners, we're probably always on the optimistic side of things. And that's really the thoughts where everyone's at the moment. But the reasoning behind it, I think, is fairly just. And you've only got to look through history, look as far back to see what's going to happen in the future. And reality is this time, this isn't an issue of property. It's an issue of this virus that has brought things down. And we all really feel, clients in US, Australia, New Zealand, that this time, if anything, property will come out looking the better and the safe haven again that it once was.
Yeah, I guess we've got to be prepared though for some tough times, and we will come through this, and we'll talk about it in later episodes here. But we have to prepare our businesses. What adjustments are you seeing people make, Stephen?
Around open homes, around inspections. I was talking to one of my clients in Melbourne, and they ran their first set of open homes through Instagram Live. And that went extremely well for them. They still had people making inquiries, wanting to submit offers. It worked quite well. So there's a lot of tools out there that will help you do that. And the main thing is that we're keeping everybody safe, because if we push it too far, we're just gonna delay the inevitable. So I think using social media, going live, using whatever tools you can to keep the business rolling is key, but also enforcing the rules of that social distancing, because it is clearly the way that we're going to slow this down and beat this and get back to normal business, or as close to normal as it can be.
Yeah, I think too, as business leaders, we need to be wary of the health of our own people too, making sure that they're not exposed to unreasonable risk. So we have to adapt the business. And you mentioned, and we'll talk about it later in later shows too, about the sorts of technology that's now emerging. You know, I think if ever we were going to have a challenge like this, this is a time when we probably have the technology to help us get through this better than we would have done, say, 10 to 15 years ago.
It would have just brought it to a grinding halt. And you've got to remember, 10 or 15 years ago, we wouldn't have had the way to spread the word and keep people safe. It would have just started wiping people out. So I think social and technology is what's going to get us through. And on the other side of things is what's going to make every business, if they're still around and they can grab their ankles and survive, make their operations far more efficient, cost-effective for the future, so that they're not going to get disrupted by a disruptor, and this disruptor is this silent, deadly virus.
Of course, I'm speaking to you now, and you're in the Philippines, and the Philippines have totally closed down, where all of your teams and hundreds of people had to go and start to work from home. So that brought on a lot of challenges for you that you had to meet within a 24-hour period. How have you come through that?
Look, we're getting panic from some clients, and we're going to talk about that in some other shows quite soon. What things to cut and what things not to cut. A lot of people don't know and are making some pretty crazy decisions. So some accounts have put their staff on hold, and we've got some staff we've brought back to part time. We've got some staff that are fully operational out there doing their normal days activities. But they're the challenges, and as a business owner. You've got to guide your way through these times and make clever decisions just to be able to get through. And it's just about survival, keeping the doors open and helping everyone where you can.
Thanks, Stephen. Thanks for your time, giving us your time from the Philippines. And tomorrow, I want to talk about in the next show, I want to talk about what you just touched on there, and that is making sure that if you're going to cut back, you're cutting back in the right areas. Stephen Atchula from Shore Agents will join me on our next episode of Offshore 101. Thanks for your time, Stephen.
Thanks, mate.